video!
Whoa! That car almost slammed you! You're more focused than I thought!
I agree. An opponent got slammed. Let's not jinx it.
Yay! Damn it, boys! You jinxed it! I will not lose! I'm on a roll, I avoided regular cars, and best of all, I took out yet another racer.
You said it! You... Oh!
Come on! I can't take this, damn it! And we're close to the finish line!
Good thing you still got plenty of that boost meter. Just be careful again.
I can do this! I can...
Whoa! At least you crashed with the other racer. Also, we love the slow motion. It feels cinematic.
Almost there! And bam! That's what I'm talking about, bitches! Amy Rose is the winner! Kiss my pink ass, losers!
Way to go, Amy. For once, I tolerate your arrogance. You've improved a lot. Congratulations.
You were awesome and tough in that race.
Who the hell is interrupting our gameplay? Sonic, answer the door. This better be important.
Maybe Tails and Cream or Rouge and Knuckles.
Hi, hedgehogs! You were playing jam-packed demos. Me and Clank were wondering if you'd play one of our demos since we were the kings of PS2 demos back in the day.
Ratchet and Clank? Are you guys joining the channel?
Greetings, fellow heroes. These demos are classics. We heard there was a little race with the pink hedgehog and Ratchet, and I wouldn't miss it for the galaxy.
Well, my girlfriend just won a race and we got more demos to play.
Intriguing. Perhaps there's more room for more than just hedgehogs in this little burnout gameplay.
Now you're talking! Maybe we can play a certain intergalactic heroes game. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, or the third game in mine and Clank's series for those of you from around the world.
You got it, boys! Looks like our gameplay videos keep getting busier! And now it's time for me, Sonic and Shadow, to play the Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal demo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, grab your sodas and snacks. We're in for a big gameplay. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, or for those of you from around the world, Ratchet and Clank 3. These games were always in PS2 demo discs back in the day.
Yeah. A lot of people who played the demo discs, probably to love the games. And since these kinds of games have weapons, I'm joining in the game. But Amy will play a bulk of the game.
Hard to believe that Insomniac went from making original games to making Marvel games exclusively for PlayStation.
And our latest game was a launch title on the PS5. Sorry to interrupt, but is it okay if we join you hedgehogs playing our game?
Okay, we'll let you join. But first, what the hell is this nonsense?
Oh, this? That's my own spy television series. I even got my own spin-off game since the spy genre was across the universe back in the early 2000s.
How could we forget? In our early 2000s video with Shrek, SpongeBob, and Jimmy Neutron, superhero movies and action movies were cool again. And we forgot to mention spy movies were everywhere at the time as well.
Speaking of cool, Clank as a spy is cool too. I can see why Clank is just as awesome as a fighter like Ratchet.
Why, thank you, Pink Hedgehog. It's not every day that the sidekick robot that's used as a gadget becomes a star, especially in an in-universe television show.
Don't get carried away, Clank. I still hate the scene where I was just a valet. Plus, we had a god-awful movie in 2016. To think it would have jump-started our franchise to the mainstream, but at least the remake of our first game was awesome.
That I can agree with. Your movie was bad, but the game was actually good. If your franchise was a movie series, it would have been the other way around as expected with most cash-ins of desperate IPs.
What a way to start a demo! A spy-themed intro, and the 2 stars of their demo join us and watch us play. That's a first. Imagine Leon Belmont, James Bond, Astro Boy, or even the Prince of Persia joining us in our gameplay. But anyways, let's get straight into the game.
And the first weapon we chose is that slime ball cannon called the Infecto Bomb.
How fitting, a disgusting weapon meant to kill disgusting creatures.
Yeah, but we have a variety of weapons, including this simple yet effective pistol that gets rid of aliens we have to get rid of. You're already doing pretty good so far, Amy.
It's crazy that you and Clank have so many weapons and gadgets in your arsenal. No pun intended. I especially love how Clank is your glider or helicopter.
Every once in a while, in my game, I use Chaos Blast or Chaos Control to either wipe out enemies or to get to the end of the level sooner, since the current /meta Shadow has his portion of the remastered Sonic generations. He's probably gotten a ton of literal devilish powers.
I've heard a decent bit of your current counterpart's new game. Aren't the rest of your counterparts from the meta era going to play the newest game later in the fall?
Yes, they are! They're playing the Nintendo Switch port of the game, and they'll compare it to the original PS3 port of Sonic Generations.
One thing that's boggling my mind about the Shadow Generations portion of the game, how did Black Doom survive the Eclipse Cannon? Didn't you wipe that demon out with your Chaos Spear or whatever the hell you do?
Yes, Black Doom and the rest of his race went extinct after my game. But I'm sure there will be an explanation in the new game how he survived.
I pulled out the plasma whip right on time. There were a swarm of enemies, including a gooey alien in a robot suit. I thought I was gonna die.
Remember, in every Ratchet and Clank game, the more enemies you defeat, the more health you upgrade. Also, you gotta go and pay for more ammo of your weapons if there are no boxes that regain ammo.
It's a tiresome chore when you're out of ammo just to go back to the inventory just to pay for more ammo. The good news is that the bolts are easy to find, and the weapons also upgrade after defeating enemies.
By the way, for those of you who never played a Ratchet and Clank game, that's basically what these games are all about, along with a variety of mini-games depending on the story of each game.
And for those of you who have played the games, we're just recapping to the newer audiences to what the Ratchet and Clank games are like. They're basically 3D platformers with weapons thrown in.
I think another reason why people love the Ratchet and Clank games is because it's both a platformer and a third-person shooter, but you can also go into first-person view only when you stand still, like Amy did.
So what are you doing next, Amy? Are you gonna go forward or get more ammo?
Get more ammo, obviously. These aliens come in like a pack of dogs and I gotta prepare.
That's the thing about the demo, Pink Hedgehog. It gets harder as it progresses.
So what games should we play next after this one? I was suggesting a Super Mario game or even a fighting game like Tekken or Super Smash Brothers.
Perhaps a different kind of fighting game since we've been doing wrestling videos with the Chaotix lately, and they'll be doing their own wrestling videos soon. I got it. How about a WWE game, and this one's good. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 is my suggestion.
That's an awesome choice. It's considered one of the best WWE games, along with WWF No Mercy on the N64, WWE 2K14, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and the game that came right after the one you mentioned, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
I'm not familiar with pro wrestling, let alone Planet Earth, but a wrestling gameplay video sounds radical.
I have a suggestion of my own, and it's not another game. Maybe you should do a series of videos playing this video game of professional wrestling. That way, more of your friends can play with you hedgehogs.
Wow! I never thought about having more of us playing. I mean, we were thinking about playing one game through multiple videos, but a series of gameplay videos with the others sound amazing. I can imagine the other Sonic characters play WWE games with us.
Or even Jimmy Neutron, Ren and Stimpy, or Winnie the Pooh. We could have a variety of different characters play pro wrestling with us. Now that's the best idea that I've heard in a long time.
I can imagine the bickering the others would have while playing these WWE gameplay videos. Knuckles would play as Batista, or Rouge as Trish Stratus. The Chaotix could even do commentary as long as Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler or Michael Cole and Taz are okay with it.
Okay, now this is like a series of mini-games that make you fight in a battle while doing a few objectives. This first one is just a fight. I'd protect the rest of the good guy army robots if I were you, Amy.
I better. These enemies are getting annoying every time they're together. Yeah, I died. Damn these piece of shit blobs in these fucking robot suits.
Now. Easy there. It took a while for you to get defeated. Plus, these battles do get very difficult.
And it's a good thing the Plasma Whip can defeat those alien blobs in the suits faster. I bet if Indiana Jones was in the Ratchet and Clank universe, he'd probably use it.
Then, there are those weird aliens in their saucers, spawning those disgusting little creatures from earlier, making those annoyingly funny noises when defeated.
Yeah, these enemies sure have a weird and wacky design. I've fought robots, aliens, monsters, and all kinds of creatures across the galaxy.
No, fuck
Amy's turning red, as if her exciting squeaks were annoying. Her angry, squeaky temper tantrums are even worse.
Is that so? It seems the Pink Hedgehog has anger issues, or as the gamers would say, prone to rage quitting.
Amy takes her gaming way too seriously, but if she does quit playing, I'll have to step in and beat this demo.
You don't even want to see how much rage I was while playing the Burnout 3 demo before we did that video. I was breaking controllers, and I had to take a calming medication. It was worth it because I actually did well when we finally recorded our gameplay.
I think you'd crush the enemies a lot faster if those blobs in the giant suits weren't there. They were the only threat so far compared to those three-eyed monsters, little saucer aliens, and the tiny, nasty creatures.
And look at this! One of the weapons got an upgrade. It's pretty awesome that the weapons get an upgrade after using them, rather than paying for them for a hefty fee or waiting until the story progresses.
You better pull out that whip and kill those fucking Transformer wannabe pieces of shit.
Looks like the black and red hedgehog has felt the anger from the pink hedgehog. Is it possible that it's contagious?
Yes! It's hedgehog energy. When I'm mad, Shadow or Sonic are mad too because they can feel my pain. Every once in a while, it's just whiny and pointless. When Sonic and Shadow are mad, it's a lot more serious. I'm just the most prone to getting mad.
Even Silver can get angry easily, but it's not often because he doesn't live with us and that he's from the future. Amy just has her panties in a bunch over the littlest of things.
And she, along with the rest of the girls, are the only ones to have underwear since the guys don't wear pants.
But I wear pants. I think it's because I'm always in these battle suits and wear protective gear for being a mechanic.
Finally,
or maybe
thank
because
God.
of being a Lombax, or living in a universe where lots of space creatures wear clothes, except for the random monsters and robots I fight.
Let me play now so Amy can take a break. This section looks cool. Isn't there a new gadget that connects lasers to opening doors?
Why, yes, it's called the Refractor. This mission also requires the use of Ratchet's trusty wrench. It's not just a manual hand-to-hand weapon. It's used to fix items and set objectives to move forward.
Yeah, my wrench will always be used for many things. To attack and fix. It's just that awesome. I've had it for years, and here and there, it gets rusty, but I'll use some of that WD-40 from Earth to clean, and it's good as new.
Speaking of WD-40, Hank Hill from King of the Hill uses that stuff on everything. He's that Texan with a narrow urethra and just loves talking about working at a place that sells propane and propane accessories. The current Shadow makes fun of him all the time compared to me, and WD-40 is like his secret weapon.
Just don't say anything offensive to Hank Hill in the face, or he'll kick your ass, and literally too.
Humans are strange sometimes. They sometimes say things in a silly manner, and then they say or do it literally. And Hank Hill literally kicks ass. And it's funny, but he can be angry, and rightfully so.
I'll keep that in mind. Humans are predictable, and they can be one of the most unpredictable creatures across the multiverse.
In the near future, we should get to know everyone else, Ratchet. I know these Mobian animals are peaceful and friendly competitors for their future gameplay videos we can visit.
I could try some of the food from their awesome parties. I wish I could have visited your adventure-era counterpart's baby shower and tried some of the desserts or pizzas.
Don't worry, there will be plenty of parties. Just not as many as they were back when we were in the games from 2005 to 2010.
Wait, you hedgehogs had parties on a regular basis? Tell us all about it!
Yes, spill the beans. I can get curious about stories from a long time ago.
It was a topic from our video discussing the early 2000s decade. If you want to know all about the parties we threw, check out the video. That Ogre Shrek and the Nickelodeon characters Jimmy Neutron and SpongeBob SquarePants joined us in that long video.
Long story short, Cream's mom Vanilla and Team Chaotix threw parties almost every weekend. And they each had lots of memorable moments varying from big messes, Eggman dancing to food fights. We stopped throwing parties once the 4Kids contract expired in 2010 when the current Slash Meta crew replaced us in the games and we lost money. Nowadays, we're only throwing parties for anniversaries and birthdays rather than every weekend.
And because we joined Juan CL's channel on YouTube, we got work again to do all kinds of videos, including a crossover with another channel, and hopefully we do with even more channels so we can grow.
Let's not forget about the creator of the channel with his older videos. If it wasn't for his past videos, we wouldn't have joined, and the channel would be dead, or just regularly under 10 views. We're basically in charge of the channel, just under a human in charge, and we're the 3 hedgehog foreman and woman.
Wait a minute! I just got a group text from Tails, Knuckles, and Rouge. I bet they're hanging out and wanting to check on us.
And I got a text from both SpongeBob and Patrick. Everyone sure loves to interrupt us.
Well, tell us what they all want. We're busy playing a game with 2 guests.
Did you get stuck?
Maybe it was a glitch left in the demo.
I don't know how I got stuck. Strange, isn't it? But as for the texts from SpongeBob and Patrick, they also want to join us in the gameplay.
Wow! Tails, Knuckles, and Rouge said in their group text that they want to join as well. Jesus, this gameplay is gonna get crowded. For the first time on 1CL, there's gonna be 10 people in a gameplay video.
There's a first for everything, Amy. After all, these gameplay videos will have more than just 3 hedgehogs. I mean, we already have a Lombax and a small robot with us. Plus, that spider laser would be something Tails would use for security.
I should try something like that. Oh, hey guys! I heard you're all playing Ratchet and Clank with the aforementioned heroes.
I just love playing PlayStation games. They have a unique set of characters. They may not be as mainstream as Nintendo, but they're far more memorable to me. I just can't wait to play games with Sonic.
Just wait until I beat Knuckles and Shadow in multiplayer games. Things could get worse than Amy's angry squeak fits.
Ooh, I got an idea. Next year, we should play my greatest game battle for Bikini Bottom.
What about the game based on our first movie? We were considered macho in that game, and it's harder.
Looks like everyone else is here. Here's the deal. We'll play the SpongeBob movie game first in October, and then we'll play Battle for Bikini Bottom next year. Let's say around springtime.
That sounds awesome, Sonic! A movie review and gameplay video in October sounds great. I think I'm ready to play another battle.
This video better not end with Amy breaking another controller or squeaking in rage, since we're playing with a capture card, not an emulator. This is legit footage from a PlayStation 2 rather than a PC.
It's nice to meet you all. Sonic's got a lot more friends than I thought. Even the yellow square person and that pink star-shaped thing are funny.
I heard that one eating establishment from Earth called Wendy's is making a meal based on your sandwich from where you work at. Is that true?
Unfortunately, yes! Mr. Krabs is suing the leakers from Reddit and Wendy's for copyright infringement. Nickelodeon should also be ashamed of themselves for breaking the rule from my creator, Steven Hillenberg. The Krabby Patty shouldn't be sold as a real burger or else. It'll ruin the magic on how it is under the sea.
I don't care. I'll eat any kind of burger, even if it's from the surface.
I will too, because it's a burger. All of the Knuckles, including myself, love burgers.
Well, Amy, are you sure you want to do this next battle? It could be harder than the previous one, and we didn't get more ammo.
Don't worry, Rouge. Sonic got a decent bit of ammo from earlier. I don't know, Amy. Sonic didn't get enough time to reload the ammo just as Knuckles, Rouge, and I showed up with SpongeBob and Patrick.
If you die again, don't complain to us. Just get the damn ammo and start over again. And if you fail again, I'll finish this battle.
Hate to break it to you, but the plasma whip doesn't have enough ammo to defeat the blobs in the mech suits.
No one's perfect. It's okay to fail, and games aren't always easy for people or hedgehogs.
Sonic, please give me a pillow so I can scream in case if I lose.
Okay, are you gonna squeak in the pillow too? Try not to lose your voice again while you're at it.
This reminds me of the time Squidward tried to win a prize when he played that claw machine, or as we like to call it in Bikini Bottom, the skill crane. He wasted so much money that Mr. Krabs now has the deed to Squidward's house. I had to step in and teach Squidward on how the skill crane worked, but after that one try, it went to his head.
Sometimes the grumpiest of creatures can turn into the jolliest and maybe even the most arrogant.
I think Squidward also trashed a bunch of buildings with a big crane.
Your squid friend really couldn't have nice things. He's stuck with 2 overzealous neighbors, and one of them is a fast food co-worker. And when he tries to be happy, he gets into trouble. Right?
Yeah, Squidward's now a grump 24/7. I think he should have a positive day without any bad moments when we see him.
I wish I could make my own army of robots. Just with a few more than just 4 of them with Ratchet, since there's so many enemies coming out of nowhere. Then again, Eggman would do that with his millions of badniks. Oh, shit! I think I just saw 3 of those big blob tanks, and I'm almost out of ammo! I swear to God, if I lose, I might have to temporarily leave the room and keep the tantrum so the fans can't hear me in rage.
Okay, I guess Amy needs a cool down. Shadow, keep the others company while I take my angry girlfriend out of the game room.
Just to be safe, I'll get more ammo and stock up on the inventory. Since SpongeBob and Patrick are here, Amy swears like a sailor, huh?
Yup, she's got the sailor mouth all right. If Mr. Krabs or his mother heard Amy, they'd make her paint buildings. I'm not surprised that someone would say number 11.
If I were doing chores just for swearing, I'd just continue the swearing under my breath, no matter how exhausting the chores are.
Oh, please. I think you'd be just like Amy throwing temper tantrums, just without squeaks, and have guttural growls instead. All of the Knuckles aren't just like Patrick. They're also like Ren, the hot-headed chihuahua.
I'm surprised Ren and Stimpy didn't join this gameplay, but 10 of us is already a little bit over the limit. But anyway, isn't this game considered one of the best in your series, Ratchet? Clank?
Up Your Arsenal is one of the highest ranked games in our series, and you'll see what also made the game so fun and popular later on in the demo. There's preview footage of online multiplayer gameplay.
And since our third entry was made in the early 2000s, playing games online was considered a niche compared to how it is today. We were one of the first few PlayStation icons to have online multiplayer modes. I know there were personal computer games, and our competitor, Xbox, also had online modes at the time. But this one was one of our greatest accomplishments, entertaining human gamers all over planet Earth.
Did we ever have any online mode, SpongeBob? I can't play my computer games without Sandy helping me set all this stuff up.
Sorry, Pat. None of our games had online multiplayer modes. The closest thing is the Battle for Bikini Bottom remake, smartphone apps, and the dozens of Flash games we used to have over the years. We were even a part of short-lived MMOs that Nickelodeon used to have when the internet was getting more common in the 2000s.
I can see why the internet was quickly evolving. Technology was in a transitional period, as we said in our 2000s video. It was getting ubiquitous, and by the end of the decade, smartphones and social media was becoming more and more common, including online multiplayer games. To us, we like to play in-person multiplayer games on regular consoles, and not online.
Way to go with that mission, Shadow. You actually didn't take damage until the very end.
This next minigame is even more difficult, as you need to cover fire for the repair crew to fix our turret. There will be a lot of enemies coming in like crab cakes, no offense to your boss, Sea Sponge.
Where the hell is Sonic? He's taking so long.
He probably took Amy on a walk so she can calm the fuck down.
Or they're, doing it. Like Amy said, having an afternoon funny business or rolling the hay at the speed of sound.
If that's true, they better have protection. Our adventure counterparts already have 6 babies. We don't want more too soon. Plus, our Sonic and Amy would break their promise of having kids. They said they're supposed to wait on parenting around 5 to 8 years.
We're back. I heard what you said about me and Amy, and no, we didn't do it. I just went to get snacks for you guys, and Amy is just taking her meds. So, what did I miss?
Your edgy land critter friend finished the previous mission, and we're now supposed to protect this thingy on a time limit.
I thought we were gonna protect a box of donuts.
No! The donuts are in our room to share, and they're safe. Shadow, shouldn't you stay close to that raft?
Nonsense, knucklehead. The time limit's going by quickly. The enemies pop up in every little area.
Let's hope you don't get worked up like I did, Shadow. I had to drink a bottle of water, took my meds, and had a quick snack. Fruit makes me feel less angry.
Shadow wasn't the only one playing. We all took turns every 10 seconds earlier until you and Sonic returned.
Except for me, because my hands are too small holding the controller.
About time that whip got an upgrade.
Let's hope this can help us win this battle, guys. I think we got this in the bag.
Shadow's right. With our teamwork, this is easy. We can do a lot of things and...
Shit! Looks like we're all sailor mouths now. I guess our teamwork wasn't good enough, guys.
We're doomed. What should we do next? I'm hungry.
I don't care if I suck at these mini battles. I will beat this one, and don't you dare stop me, or else I'll hit you guys with my hammer!
Whoa, just take it easy, girl. We're just trying to help you beat these battles. If you want to go ahead and fail constantly, be our guest.
I think her meds are wearing off.
I
Let's hope Amy does better, because her anger sometimes has her strength increased, like the time she beat me in an arm wrestling contest.
Strange that the muscle of Team Sonic got beaten in a test of strength against Sonic's little girlfriend.
Oh, that's because Knuckles got distracted when Eggman saw them and wanted to take the Master Emerald again. And once Eggman tried to take it, Amy immediately got Knuckles' arm down and she won by fluke. It was very even, Steven.
So, a distraction from your nemesis let the pink hedgehog beat the red echidna. Fascinating. Could there be a rematch?
If there is, I better join in and watch it. Don't want to be left out.
Sonic and I are even in terms of strength. Even Eggman noticed that when he looked at his grandfather, the professor's diaries on how I was created as the ultimate life form. My strength and speed is like no other, but Sonic is the only one who can keep up with me.
My knight in shining armor is faster than anyone, but Shadow is the only exception. No more Miss Nice Girl. I'm pulling out the rifle. These are one-hit kills from what I've heard.
You better use that rifle wisely. It only carries 10 ammo. I remember using one of my many battles against Plankton when he tried stealing the Krabby Patty secret formula. The secret formula is like your Master Emerald, Red Land Critter.
Is the emerald edible?
No, the Master Emerald isn't meant to be eaten, but the current/meta crew has tasted the Chaos Emeralds in one of their Twitter takeover videos, and yes, SpongeBob. The Master Emerald is our Krabby Patty recipe, except it's not a secret. It's sacred and needs to be protected, and I won't leave it.
I gotta hand it to you, Amy. You're actually gonna finish it this time.
But there's still one more battle, right?
Afraid so, Tails. The last mission is the hardest of all.
Booyah! I got this, bitches!
The final mission is the hardest, because you have to use the wrench to move the laser cannons to attack flying ships while also attacking big groups of enemies. It's a lot to do, and it ain't pretty.
Are you sure you want to beat the last mission without our help, Amy? This won't end well if you keep failing.
Don't worry, Shadow. I got this, and I will ace this one, and we'll have a fun time playing whatever that's left of this demo.
I wouldn't want to both fight and fix cannons at the same time. I'd just fight. And have Tails or some other mechanic fix laser cannons.
I would add big bottles of ketchup or mustard to fry those circuits of those big robots, and maybe use my karate skills to take down those aliens.
How did we get out of the moon with the aliens we captured? Our rocket was busted!
I had to free Sandy and everyone else out of the rope bags we got them in, and you fell asleep when I found out we went to the moon instead of staying in Bikini Bottom. It was our karma for us thinking our friends were aliens because the rocket went back underwater in the beginning. It's no wonder our episode of Sandy's rocket isn't fondly remembered.
I thought we were hunting aliens, but Sandy was right that we just went back to Bikini Bottom, wasting time like the idiots we are.
Well, yeah. You two were buffoons like current/meta era Shadow and Knuckles when they were using Rouge back in Valentine's Day. At least the knucklehead that's with us isn't as much of a dummy.
Cream and I have been tutoring Knuckles lately. He's basically a muscular Billy Madison gradually getting into a higher grade. I bet by early next year, he'd get a high school diploma.
As of this fall, I'm in the 9th grade, and it's not easy. Algebra, world history, biology, and English class aren't easy. The only one that's easy is PE, since it's just jogging and working out.
I had to be the gym teacher, since I had to help out setting up the equipment, while Sonic and Shadow had to use those pedometers to count the steps Knuckles took while jogging around the gym.
Fighting the enemies in this battle is a real exercise, and Amy is sweating like we're in the Sahara Desert in the middle of summer. Babe, it's just a game, not the end of the world.
But I have to do this, Sonic. Ratchet and Clank are here, and I don't want to fail in front of them. You can't make me stop playing.
It's okay to lose. Trust us, our games can get very hard. You know our games are hard when even the main characters of their own games can't beat everything in one go.
Exactly. How about this? Give it a few more chances. If you're done, give the control to someone else.
Damn! Okay, I better take a deep breath. Let's just reload on the ammo and I will keep on beating this battle. I know I can do this, guys.
Be thankful that you're not having your pet snail being taken care by an asshole.
Or becoming a greedy monster after having royal blood.
That's just awful writing from your episodes. This is different. Amy just has a short temper around games.
To cut down the many defeats, let's play a montage to skip to the final battle. Hit the music.
Here we go. Okay, this is the last screw. Fuck that! Damn it! Too many at once! Shit balls!
Get the ammo, get it!
Ah! No! I hate these goddamn robots!
Okay, I think that's enough playtime for you, Amy. Sonic, help me take your angry girlfriend out of the game room before she breaks something or someone.
Sorry, but this is for your own good, babe. This time you're by yourself. All right, Shadow, let's finish this for real.
So much for taking deep breaths and the meds. Maybe a little walk around the park or smoking weed could really help her get calm.
Let's just do what we did earlier before Amy came back. We take turns every 10 seconds or less.
How about using the wrench first, and when an enemy is close, then attack? The pink hedgehog constantly waited until the last clockwise when she finally fought back.
A good suggestion, but I would just attack when an enemy's distant but not off-screen. Then use the wrench.
Sorry about Amy's anger. I guess she really wanted to beat this demo on her own, but nobody's perfect.
I don't know what's gotten into her before the demo. Was she in a bad mood today?
As usual, Amy was her bubbly, open-minded self. But I guess because of Ratchet, Clank, and the sea creatures visiting, she probably wanted to make herself look good as a gamer in front of them, and she got mad at herself. I don't know.
That reminds me of my house party when I locked myself out of the house. I had an organized list of things planned, but everyone had fun without me, nor the activities on the time frame.
But the good news was that it was one of the best parties anyone in Bikini Bottom ever had. Before the Tattletale Strangler heckled SpongeBob, we threw a lot of parties at once, like the perfect on-time percent, the work party, and the immediate birthday party. We still throw parties thanks to our show making big bucks, and Mr. Krabs takes the money.
Speaking of parties, the current Shadow and Dreamcast Shadow will throw a party dedicated to the Year of Shadow, since this year has already been a tolerable one. At some point, Japanese Shadow will visit the channel along with the rest of the Japanese Sonic crew.
Awesome! Japanese Sonic and his friends have been in the games the longest, and they are even more busy than the current Sonic crew and movie crew combined. They could probably do a dubbing of our older videos from last year.
So what about the rest of us? I should be in more videos next year, like Tails said in the White Chicks movie review. I could talk about movies with him and the Knucklehead. A little glam and a bit of tomfoolery could spice things up for the fans.
Clank and I could make a few cameos here and there. We want to visit, but we're busy because we want more new games after the next Marvel superhero game that Insomniac is making.
Good news, this is the last bolt to move with the wrench.
I hope Clank is right about this.
Don't worry, we got this. For real, too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I know. We actually make a great team. I'm ready for all the chaotics that we helped win a game
These
battle.
sons of bitches would have perished much sooner.
See, I knew we'd make a good team playing this demo.
And what was that Shadow said about something perishing sooner?
I said that if I were in the game, I'd wipe out every son of a bitch enemy much quicker with or without weapons.
Now that we've finished the main part of the game, let's play the bonus side-scroller where you play as Captain Quark. I bet he was ecstatic about finally having a playable appearance in a demo.
Definitely, we thought Quark was the bad guy in our first two games because he's a self-proclaimed superhero, but in this game, he's joined us, but is a coward.
Captain Quark causes more harm than good when he joins us in our missions saving the galaxy. Also, where's your girlfriend, Sonic?
Yeah, do you think she's calm now that we're playing this 2D platform thingy?
I think she'll want to play this 2D level since this is basically like a slower-paced Sonic game and with regular tokens instead of rings.
I'm still hungry, and I think onion rings and fried oyster skins sound tasty. SpongeBob, we should go to the Krusty Krab after this video and get some grub.
Tails and I should go too. I always wanted to try a burger from under the sea.
After hanging out with Jimmy Neutron, I've been making my own bubblegum that can let us breathe underwater. And like all Tails, Mine is mint flavored. Knuckles likes the grape flavor. Amy's is strawberry flavor. And everyone else's gum is basically juicy fruit.
Can't go wrong with a classic fruit-flavored gum. I know the other Rouges tried Krabby Patties, and I think they're worth eating, unlike Wendy's cash grab.
Captain Quark is agile for a guy his size. Damn it. That pirate threw a fireball.
I always wonder what space pirates would look like.
Hey, can I come back? I'm calm again, and I see that you beat the final battle!
Where were you this whole time, Amy?
After you and Shadow restrained me, I sat on a chair and took a few breathing exercises and basically gave myself a timeout!
And now we're playing as our goofy, arrogant partner in crime in his own mini-adventure.
We have to fight these nasty-looking fish and these space pirates.
They're actually giant rats, Patrick, not fish. If they were fish, Quark would be swimming.
This Captain Quark guy has massive fists. They're like mine without the spikes. Maybe he could be a perfect fit to protect the Master Emerald.
And the space pirates make funny noises when they're hit like the little nasty aliens from earlier.
I don't think Quark is a fit to stay in Angel Island, Knuckles. He'd sleep on the job and probably blame someone else for not keeping an eye on that emerald.
A dog or a goat would do a better job watching over that emerald than Quark.
Ha! That's funny! The pirate got hit into the spike pit. And yeah, you got a point, guys. I guess Captain Quark would lose the Master Emerald in an instant if he was in Angel Island. Plus, I kinda wanna beat this mini-game.
No, you're not, Knucklehead. I'll beat this demo since there's a mini-boss, and I think there's a blaster somewhere. If Ratchet can use weapons, so would Quark.
It looks like some kind of giant snake, or that thing from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I bet Shadow and Knuckles are trying to out-macho each other for me, like always.
Out-macho? That's a first. I've heard of being macho in my first movie, but out-macho is a new one.
What does that mean?
Out macho means that guys are trying to be tough and fighting over women. All counterparts of Shadow and Knuckles have been fighting over their respective Rouge for years, all because they're integral to each other. That's why Rouge should be in Sonic Movie 3, as a pawn to Movie Shadow's scheme, and I bet Movie Knuckles and Rouge would be funny. I just noticed those blue spiky heads look like the disco head from the 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo movie.
That movie sure is a guilty pleasure, but the visuals were just putrid and aged like milk. Not to mention the constant changes in the tone of the writing. It went from an adult satire to a more family-friendly flick with extra potty humor like most bad early 2000s movies.
The 2002 Scooby-Doo movie didn't even have enough callbacks or references like its sequel. Instead, it was mean-spirited and just another bad movie based on a beloved franchise.
But at least the actors who played Mystery Inc. did a good job, mainly Shaggy since he was the best part.
Didn't you all refuse to join your alternate counterparts last year in that movie review about this tall cat wearing a hat?
Yes, The Cat in the Hat from 2003 is one of the worst movies ever made. Such a distasteful film to all of the Dr. Seuss fans.
And that silver land critter wants to erase that movie from existence. I don't like it because it's not whimsical or heartwarming enough.
There sure are a lot of movies you can review. I know my movie was bad too, but I'd love to see you all review movies ranging from the greatest to the worst, or just nostalgic guilty pleasures.
In addition to reviewing the original SpongeBob movie from 2004 this October. Next year, Tails and Knuckles and I will be in more videos because Sonic has a big surprise coming for Amy.
Ooh, a surprise? Is it tickets to a Fozzie or Mariah Carey concert?
Nope, it's something better. Wait until after New Year's and you'll find out.
Is this some kind of open secret, or is it a deep secret that only the blue hedgehog knows?
It's a deep secret. Because I don't know, and Tails doesn't know, the Knucklehead doesn't know, no one does, and neither will the fans know.
Awesome! Not only is it a surprise for Amy, but for everyone else too. Can't wait for the new year then.
Oh my God! Look at all those space pirates! I'd beat them all with one hit if I were there instead of this Quark.
I think it's time for that boss battle with that giant snake thing. Knuckles, Shadow, how are you two going to handle this?
I'll handle it on my own. I'll hit this with my hands.
Hey, I was going to shoot that thing. You're gonna kill yourself fast. See, I knew that would happen.
Let the black and red land critter play first. He has a good method.
What happened? I fell asleep for a few minutes.
We found out Shadow and Knuckles want to fight the giant snake to impress Rouge.
How about this? Instead of complaining over who gets to fight the snake, maybe start off with Shadow using the blaster. And once I hit the signal, Knuckles can attack with fists.
Knowing Knuckles, he probably won't listen.
At least they're not as angry as I was earlier. Only when Shadow has traumatic memories or when Knuckles gets made fun of for his size, then they get in full rage.
To be fair, Quark would actually fail a bunch of times fighting the snake. He'd actually run away and have someone else like me fight the snake.
Screw it. I'm not taking any chances. Give me the remote.
Come on. I had it going well. Rouge didn't even give out the signal.
Let's hope Knuckles is gonna do well when we star in more videos in 2025. If he gets more loony or hot-headed like he was in Sonic X, he's basically the Amy of our trio.
I'm just gonna use a couple shots from the blaster and hit the snake with my fists. There! I got it! Clear as day. I finished the game along with help, of course.
You were lucky you didn't fail again, Knucklehead.
Well, we beat both the main part of the demo and the 2D bonus game with Quark. So what's the other thing you wanted to show us, Ratchet?
Remember earlier when you were talking about the internet and online gaming back in the early 2000s? Our third game had online multiplayer mode, and it was awesome. There's even a trailer to prove how radical the game is.
Online gameplay was fast-paced and just full of so many different battles. The weapons were even the same ones from our previous games. We even made friends with heroic robots and snowmen.
I can tell the gamers from back then had a blast. The footage made it fun to play, and the players are already playing better than Amy.
Ha ha ha! So funny! I think there was way more lagging issues back then since the internet wasn't as ubiquitous as it is today. If there were more controllers, maybe we could have tried the multiplayer mode in this demo. Okay, guys, that should be it for today. Thanks for having us all with you and Ratchet and Clank in this gameplay video.
This footage is an intriguing way to end the video. Give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Remember to click on the bell so you can see our next videos.
And spread the word, Edge Lords.
Stick around and stay tuned for more new videos.
Thank you guys for playing our game.
It was really fun, yet hectic, but that's typical in most of our adventures.
Now who should say it this time?
Ooh, let me say it. I can't wait for SpongeBob to hook me up with food. We'll see you, people later. Peace out and rock on, Goofy Goobers!
This has been fun!